the father and son accused of conspiring to commit a terror attack in Toronto on behalf of ISIS are back in a Newmarket court today. 62-year-old Ahmed El-Didi and his 26-year-old son Mustafa were arrested last month in Richmond Hill. The pair faced 9 charges, including conspiracy to commit murder on behalf of a terror organization. Meanwhile, our Ottawa correspondent Glenn McGregor is joining us now from the nation's capital, where the House National Security Committee, Glenn, gets set to examine the case. What are we expecting to hear today?
Yeah, unusual, Faiza, for a House of Commons committee to be meeting during the summertime, but this was requested by Conservatives and New Democrats on the committee. They want the committee to start a study immediately into the circumstances of how Ahmed El-Didi and his son were able to immigrate to Canada after El-Didi had been, the father, had been allegedly photographed in an ISIS video dismembering a prisoner's body. So that allegation hasn't been confirmed, and this is being reported by another news network, and CityNews hasn't confirmed it independently, but it was certainly enough to get the attention of MPs on that committee, and has raised some concerns in government. So the Conservatives want the Public Safety Minister, Dominic LeBlanc, as well as the Immigration Minister, Mark Miller, to come testify immediately before this committee and give evidence about what happened. How did this happen? How did they slip through the cracks? If this story is true about the father's affiliation with ISIS, how is it they were able to immigrate to Canada? It looks like, if it is true, it was a major breakdown in the security screening system. So MPs want answers. We'll see how this committee hearing plays out this morning. Right now, they are in a little bit of a break while some of the Conservatives are discussing some strategy here. A Liberal member of that committee, Jennifer O'Connell from Pickering, introduced a motion this morning of her own, kind of very similar to the Conservative one. So it sounds like the Liberals might be amenable to a further study of this topic and amenable to hearing from Dominic LeBlanc and from Mark Miller about really what happened here. Faiza will be following this throughout the day to see what happens and whether or not these ministers will come to testify. One thing that will be a concern to them, especially with that hearing going on in Newmarket sometime today, is that the Public Safety Minister wants to be very cautious about saying anything before a public committee that could jeopardize the ongoing criminal case. So I think that will be a concern you'll hear from him should he actually be called to testify later this week.
Okay, lots of questions still remain unanswered here. Glenn McGregor will check in with you a little later on. Thanks so much.
Thanks.